Welcome back to The American Entrepreneur. I'm David Iwinski, the international capitalist on Pittsburgh's Money Talk, 1360 WMNY, here with Les Dutka, professional in the translation interpretation business. His company, Echo International, if you can find them at echointernational.com or 412-261-1101. Les, we were chatting on the break, and you were sharing some information with me about website utilization and buying behavior as related to translation, or whether they just have to slog through it in their non-native language.
Right. Well, as I said, essentially all the studies show that people, especially consumers, if you sell a consumer-oriented product, are at least three times more likely to buy if the website is in their own language, because it's just easier for them. I mean, if they might sound fairly fluent in English at a speaking level, but it's not their first language. And so to ask them to plow through lots of content, which might be full of American idioms or slang, is just not fair. And it's better if you give them the content in their language, and they will be more likely to buy.
And I think, too, that, we've had a couple comments come up on TalkShoe about experiences we've had in America where we buy some computer equipment, we buy a piece of technology. It's obviously a foreign-made product. You open up the manual, and not only is it replete with mistakes and clunky grammar, it always, in my opinion, gives you some unease, right?
Right.
But it strikes me that we often forget, as American firms going outwards, if we wait till the very last minute to give you and your competitors out there rush jobs, when our products show up in Italy or in Germany or in China or in Chile, they will have the same reaction we have, which is, wait a minute, I like the product, I like this service, but clearly they didn't think enough of me to make sure that the usability instructions and guidance and manuals were in a language that made sense. So I think that people giving you enough time and integrating the translation interpretation work earlier in the decision cycle is an important one.
Exactly. And as a professional translation company, we wouldn't come up with bad or silly or funny-sounding wrong translations. But it does take time. We talked earlier about machine translation, which is almost instantaneous, but it's at the gist level. To get a quality translation of critical documentation, let's say technical manuals which support a very expensive machinery you might be shipping, and it needs to go out on time, we need the proper amount of time to go through all of the necessary translation review and quality control steps. And it's also better if we, as the translation company, be brought in earlier in the process, even at the writing stage of the documentation, so we can advise on how to write for global content so that it makes for an easier, better translation. So a lot of the content we translate is not well written, and so we actually improve it in the translation. And so
it's written with such intensity about idiom and a unique cultural aspect that it's very, very hard to translate.
Yeah, or it's just not very good English. It's just it's just not an elegant source content.
Translating clunky English into clunky Chinese.
No. We would translate into the elegant Chinese.
Well, I tell you, I think that we as Americans here, I know just about everybody is frustrated when we have to deal with something that's not in our language. We comment upon it. We don't like when we call services where people obviously don't understand us, and it's an ongoing frustration. I think that we want to turn that into awareness that when we go global, and everybody listening to me knows that I think you should, we have to have the same mindset that we need to enter into those worlds so that our products and services get purchased and become steady, reliable customers, because they can see we're interested in their business because we've taken the time to do it right.
Exactly, and it makes sense for American companies to take advantage of the global markets with care, obviously, and there's lots of services that can help, like Jinfu for going into China,
And we hope so.
If I can give a little plug for the U.S. Commercial Service, I've been a member of the Western Pennsylvania District Export Council for many years, and the office here in Pittsburgh serves Western Pennsylvania, and there's other decks around the country, and they provide wonderful services for exporting and discovering global markets, and then we're here to help with the language and cultural issues.
I totally agree. In fact, we should probably get someone from the Commercial Service to come in sometime, because I think there's a ton of information that, not so coincidentally, all of our tax dollars are already paying for.
Right.
Well, Les, thank you so much for a great hour today, and we wish the best of luck. Of course, we expect to see you back here on the International Capitalist to talk some more, because I know you've got some new products coming out and a new division,
right.
Echo Insight,
right.
And we're just going to leave that little teaser for the folks listening here on The American Entrepreneur. You've got another phase of your business yet to come. We're looking forward to it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.